Hello and welcome back to my channel. I really want to ask one question. What exactly is the rationale behind our people raising our children with the English language? I've seen this is very, very common with the Igbos. I'm from the Igbo tribe, and I've seen this very common with our people. And it's beginning to bother me so much, to the point that most of our people, they actually have this mentality that if your child does not grow up with learning to speak the English language, that I don't know what is it with it. I really need somebody to, educate me on the rationale behind raising our children with the English language and not with our language. People like us, I was not raised with the English language, but I still grew up to know how to speak English. I still grew up to know how to speak English. And that's what I keep telling people. When you have a child, raise your child with your language. That child will eventually, honestly speaking, I still find it difficult to understand the rationale behind it. Okay, I just want to share something. There's this Nigerian, I live in the US, right? There's this Nigerian woman. So she took her, apparently she's raising her children with the Igbo language. So she took her children to the store, and children now, when you take them out, they want to be running around. They don't care where they are. They were running around and doing their thing. So this woman in Igbo language spoke to the eldest and told her, she said in Igbo, she said, "Jido munne aka, ona agbarizine." So that one started calling the your siblings, say, "Mommy, say, mommy, not, mom." She was like, trying to tell the older one, basically, to hold the younger ones, then try to get them together. She wanted all of them to come together where her cart was, so that they stop running around in the store. And she said it in Igbo language, and the daughter was also responding to addressing the younger ones in the same language, because that's the language they used to train them. Let me tell you something. When you see these children that I'm talking about, when you hear them speak English, you will never believe that they are Nigerians. They speak good English and they have the American accent, but their parents still train them with the Igbo language. So apparently, when she was saying this to these children in the store, another Igbo woman walked up to her, say, "Hey," I'll try to say it in Igbo and I'll try to translate it in English. She walked up to her and said, "Hey, nne, Igbo kwa na America." America. First of all, she didn't know who this woman was. She doesn't know who she is. The woman just overheard her with her children. And the woman walked up to her and said, "Hey, what do you Igbo kwa na America?" So apparently she's trying to say, even the expression on her face, it sounded as if it's so degrading, so appalling, so disgusting for children to be speaking Igbo in America. Like the way she said it here, "Ne Igbo kwa na America." The woman was like, "What does that mean? What do you mean by that?" She said that she doesn't even know who this woman is. The woman just overheard her because she's an Igbo woman. So the woman said to her, "What do you mean?" She said, I'm trying to say it in English, but she was saying everything in Igbo. She's like, "Which one is this one? You speaking Igbo for your children in America?" That kind of a thing. The man was like, "What is the meaning of what does that mean? What does that mean? I'm an Igbo woman. My husband is Igbo, so why can't our children speak our language?" So then, I couldn't help but just to, overhear the conversation. I got interested in the conversation. And it makes me to begin to wonder, what is this thing with our people? Because I see it's like a trend. And I always tell people, in fact, there was one time I was having a very big argument with my younger sister, where she had a baby, and, we were having a video call and she was speaking English, this newborn like a month, 2 months old. I was like, "Why are you people doing this? Why are you speaking English to this baby? Why do you want to raise your baby with English?" It is one mistake that all of us have made, including me that is speaking here. I'm telling you, I realized it, and I'm trying so hard to make amend now, trying to make my children speak our language, because I don't understand where we got this mentality that our children have to be raised with the English language. Even the people who are training their children inside the village, inside the core Igbo cities and towns and villages, they have children and they still want to raise their children with the English language. Like, why? What is exactly is the rationale behind it? Honestly, this is one question that has been bugging my mind, and I feel like I need to just talk about it. And to think that these are people that are, clamoring for a nation, clamoring for, and I ask myself, in the next 5, 6, 10 years, will there still be Igbo language existing? Because the truth about it is that most of our children that are being raised now don't even know the language. You see a grown Igbo boy, maybe growing in I'm not even talking about America, I'm talking about even in Nigeria, in Igbo cities, in Igbo towns. Go to Aba, go to Onitsha, go to Owerri, go to places, you see women, and we see our people raising our children with the English language. You see an average Igbo child with an Igbo name, you ask the child, Gini wahage? I said, I don't understand what you're saying. Like, it is. I really need somebody to educate me on this. What exactly is the rationale behind it? In the next 10 years, 20 years, will there still be Igbo language? Because, like I said, most of our children now, they've lost the language. By the time these parents of these days, of this time around, are no more, will there be Igbo language still existing? It baffles me, because these are people who are fighting for recognition. And you cannot even start with the simplest of thing as a language. We are looking for a nation. How can a nation exist without a language? And it's so unfortunate, you see most of our people say, oh, the Westerner did us this, the Westerners did us that. But you are so much engrossed in adopting their language, adopting their lifestyle, and doing everything about the Westerners. And yet you're still clamoring that they're doing this to you and they're doing the other one to you. Honestly speaking, it's something that really bothers me, and I feel like I need to talk about it. When I heard that conversation in the store, I couldn't help but say, this is a shame. This is a big shame on the Igbos. I don't know if as many Igbo people that come across this video, are you training your children with the Igbo language? Sometimes I see, even maybe in England or here, most of these of our people that marry foreigners, most of our men that married whites, and you see these white people adopting, learning to speak our language, and yet they call Igbos. We have children and we train our children with the Igbo language, with the English language. Like I said, people like me, I grew up in the East. I did not grow up in any place where I can say that, okay, I need to speak English because I need to blend in with other people. I grew up in a core Igbo speaking environment. I grew up with Igbo language. Nobody trained me with English language. But today I'm speaking English language. So what is the fear? What is the rationale behind Igbos raising their children with the English language? I am confused. I need somebody to educate me. I need to understand it. This is a mistake that we all made. I put we because I started it, when my children were growing up. But thank God at this point I'm making amends, and, they are picking up. And I try to educate people not to make the same mistake that people like us make. And people are still doing it. To the point that your own children will speak English in America, and somebody will look at you and say, you're weird, it sounds absurd, it sounds with this kind of face, like as if it's irritating to hear a child speak. But you see the Chinese, the Japanese, you see the Haitians, you see the people from Asian countries and Spanish people. Do you know that in this country of America, most Spanish kids, Spanish children, because most of them, their parents don't speak English. Most of them call Spanish. They don't understand English. I saw one time a child came to the clinic with the mother. A child of about 7, 8 came to the clinic with the mother. It was the little boy that was interpreting what the mother was saying to the doctor that was seeing the mother. The little boy was interpreting because the mother doesn't speak English. So the little boy will get from the receptionist or whatever, because I was with them in the reception room. Get from the receptionist and interpret to the mother. The mother will respond, and a little boy of about 7-year-old speaking English fluently with a core typical American accent and was speaking Spanish also very fluently. And I asked myself, what is wrong with our people? What is wrong with our people? Honestly speaking, it's something that bothers me, and I feel I need to talk about it. If you have any opinion about this, do me a favor, leave it at the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.